a bright star in the nighttime. I'ma go hard when it's my time. Yeah, I'm all in the limelight. You know you can't pause when the time's right. Sitting in the stars and watching you. You gotta ride the time.
Today's guest is Maryann Maisano. She's an actress, director, writer, comedian, and songwriter. Very good afternoon, Maryann. How are you?
Hey, great, Sam. How you doing? Thank you for having me. Can't get excited about things until you sign a contract, right? So 3 months later, I'm lying on the sofa, and Danny had a very distinct speaking voice. Like you could always tell when Danny spoke. It was a very sexy voice.
Right.
And Danny calls up and he goes, "Maryann Maisano, this is Danny Aiello." And I have a lot of friends that are impersonators. And I thought it was because they used to call me up and do De Niro and The Godfather and all this. So as soon as he said that, I said, "Oh, give me a friggin' break. It's not Danny." And he starts laughing and he goes, "No, it really is Danny Aiello." And I was like, "Sorry, I apologize," right? And Danny would call me up in the morning and say, "Yo, kid, I'm going down to Pearl Studio. I'm rehearsing this Broadway play. You want to come down and hang out for the day?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, great." It's great for me. So I'd go down and hang out with his manager and watching him. And it was just so, he was such a great actor.
Amazing, yes, he was.
Rehearse stuff, like you were just like in awe. And we'd leave there and we'd be walking down the street in Manhattan, go to some little like joint for dinner. And people would just be stopping him. "Oh, can you sign this? Can you sign that?"
Right.
And I was so flattered because after like 12 times somebody came up, some young guy, he signs it for the guy and he goes, "Get another piece of paper out." And the kid goes, "Okay." And he goes, "Now ask her for her autograph."
Aww.
Well, I was dying. Ajita is my one-woman play. And Ajita means that feeling you get when you throw up a little bit in the back of your throat and it starts to burn.
Oh gosh, acid.
That's it. And it's interesting because people used to interview me and say, "Well, why would you think that people would want to know about your life and your like what is so important about your story?" And it's not that my story is important. It's about, I think, the journey we go through in life. I go, "Give me a quarter, Joe, give me a quarter." So I take this quarter, I put it on number 30, which has always been my lucky number. Put it on number 30. Guy spins the wheel and I'm watching it and it lands on number 30. And the guy says to me, "Little girl, you got your choice of the stand." And I go, "I want the guitar." My brother goes, "What do you do with the guitar? You know how to play it. Get the TV." And I'm like, I want the guitar.
So,
Yeah. And I took this, it was an electric guitar. Imagine, it was like so warped from being by the salt water and all that,
yeah.
And I carried it home. And the next day I went to a music store and I bought all these books. And every day when I got home from school, I went straight to my room and I played my guitar until I played The House of the Rising Sun.
That was the first thing I learnt on the guitar.
You see, this is so many people relate to that.
Right? But I can't play the guitar now, but that's the first thing I learnt. House of the Rising Sun, yeah.
Yeah. And I played that damn song every day. And my mother not once came in and said, "Maryann, could you learn another song?" I always say, "Babe, that was beautiful." My cousin Tina said to me, she was promised. And I looked at her and I go, "Promised? What do you mean?" Well, I came to find out that promise meant on the day you were married, your parents promised you to another family who would have their first boy.
Right.
So that meant when you were married, your mom took your baby picture in Italy, walked up 20,000 flights of stairs in Calabria, okay? Knocked on somebody's door, said, "Here's the baby's picture, give me your son's picture." And that was it. When you grew up, that's who you were going to marry.
Oh, betrothal.
Yeah, that's whether you loved him or not. So when they came to America, they were like young girls. They were like teenagers, all right? Maybe.
Right.
So I remember my cousin Tina, who became more Americanized than the rest of them because she was a hairdresser.
Right.
And working in a salon and da. And all of a sudden, she started dating this hot Italian boy that drove a motorcycle. That was like James Dean. You know what I mean?
Right.
until the phone call came that, oh, your husband, he's coming from Italy now. And when he comes, he's going to stay in his uncle's house. And then a couple of months later, we planted the wedding and everybody get married.
I'd be like, oh, hell no.
I would have been on that motorcycle so far away. And as a young child, my mom would get these phone calls from her friends going, Mary, your husband Joe is parked at the end of the block. She would rip me off the couch, throw me in the back of the caddy, drove it like she stole it, and we'd go down and catch my father with some chick in the car. Okay.
Oh my gosh, naughty boy.
Yes.
I'm a bright star in the nighttime.